It's not the easiest thing to convict a man of murder without a body. On the other hand, it's not the easiest thing to defend a man for murder when there's abundant evidence he dismembered and disposed of that body so thoroughly it's never been found. Those are the respective challenges for prosecutors and defense attorneys as the murder trial of Brian Walshe got underway today in a Massachusetts courtroom. Walshe stands accused of killing his wife, Anna, and then getting rid of her body in a manner befitting a Sopranos episode. And when the police came calling, he made up a story about her leaving for an emergency work trip and never coming home. Well, there's a boatload of evidence establishing Walshe's involvement in the disposal of his wife's body. We're talking incriminating Google searches, security footage, and Home Depot receipts for cleansers and power tools. During today's opening statements, prosecutors made sure that the jury got the picture.
At 4:54 a.m., the Mac cook searched best way to dispose of a body. At 6:24 a.m., same day, the same device searched how long for someone to missing to inherit. How long missing to be dead? Can you throw away body parts?
Walshe has already pleaded guilty to lesser charges of disposing of human body and misleading police, but he's maintaining his innocence in her death itself. So today, his defense team laid out its theory of the case, saying the morning of January 1st, 2023, Brian went upstairs to bed and nudged his wife, only to realize that she was dead.
It didn't make any sense to him. It didn't make sense that somebody that he had just been with and enjoyed New Year's Eve into New Year's Day would suddenly be dead. You will hear evidence in this case of sudden, unexplained death.
The couple had 3 children and even more marital challenges, including financial woes and infidelity. Nevertheless, Walshe's attorneys claim that the two were still very much in love. Joining us now is NewsNation senior national correspondent Brian Entin, who's covering the case in Dedham. Brian, this is the most unusual case I think I've ever heard of. You know, how did she die if she just died suddenly? And why would he not call 911? Why is the first thought in your mind, how do I dispose of the body?
Oh, my God, it is unusual. You know, I was so curious, Elizabeth, to come to court today when I found out that he pled guilty to disposing the body and guilty to lying to police. Like, how is he going to explain why he's not guilty of the murder? And in the opening statements, the defense just started telling their side of the story. Basically said on New Year's Eve, Brian Walshe and Anna Walshe, they were in love. They were this happy couple. Left out the fact that she had moved out, that she was having this affair, that they had massive financial problems, that he's facing federal charges for selling fake artwork. But anyway, they apparently had this amazing New Year's Eve. She goes up to bed. He's downstairs doing the dishes like a good husband, they said. And then he goes up, climbs into bed, and nudges her and realizes, they say that she's not moving, and that he nudges her again, nudges her a third time. She rolls out of the bed, they said. And then they say that he realized that she was dead, and they called it sudden, unexplained death. And then they say he decided to remove the body. Prosecutors say he chopped up the body because he didn't want to lose his children, because he thought people would think that he did something wrong. Listen to the defense attorney.
He never thought anybody would believe that Anna Walshe was alive one minute and dead the next. And all he could think about were those 3 boys. What would happen to their 3 boys now that Anna is no longer here? What will happen if they think he did something bad to Anna? Where will those 3 boys go?
So the defense attorney claims all he could do was think about the boys. Let me just read you some of these Google searches that prosecutors say he did. Best way to dispose of a body, how long someone missing to inherit, how long someone missing to be dead, can you throw away body parts, how long does DNA last? I mean, the list goes on and on. Best way to dispose of body parts after a murder. How long does Lowe's keep surveillance footage? I mean, this was an interesting day one, Elizabeth, and this is expected to go for 2 weeks.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.